What it is, kids, welcome back to Binge Worthy Gaming, where we have all the binge, just the right amount of cringe, and we are back for our Pokemon Black and White 2 Randomized Soul Link with Cruelty64, aka Brian. What is going on, my guy?
Not much is going on. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're ready for this, because I'm not.
Well, I mean, I'm ready for it, man. We had a good practice episode. That's what we'll call episode 1, right? Practice episode.
It was training, but we'll put massive air quotes on it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, again, check out episode 1 if you want, guys, to get a description on how this is going to work, or just check the description down below, and it'll give you an idea of how a randomized Soul Link will work.
I just puckered up my lips for some reason, and it made me want sour candy. I'm going to get some
sour candies earlier, man.
Huh?
We're on the same wavelength. So I just picked up some sour candies earlier.
Oh, man, I'm jealous.
As you should be. Are you ready to talk to Bianca, man? Are you ready to get past, what, the first town?
Yes, let's talk to Bianca and do this.
Alright, man, let's see what she's got for us.
She keeps telling us how pretty the view is, and she's not wrong, but I've also heard
it's not bad. It's a little dreary. It's not bad, though.
Is it nightlife at your game as well?
No, it kind of looks like dusk a little bit.
Alright, so I'm at the starter choices.
Okay, she's just going to open her cool-looking case. Alright. I'll let you go first. What do you got for your first one?
Reshiram?
God, come on, man. We're doing this again?
Again, apparently.
I'll tell you, my first one, it's a Tangrowth, and I've never used a Tangrowth, and I've always wanted to, so I'm kind of cool with that.
Tangrowths are fun.
Bulky boy.
I can tell you I've used plenty of Tanglas as well. My second's an Apom.
Nice. My second is Tyrogue.
Aw.
Yeah, so we get some different possibilities.
Okay, my third's Hoot, so it's obvious who I'm going for.
Well, hold on a second. Who was your first one again?
My first was Reshiram.
My third is Reshiram.
No way!
It really is, man. What is with this randomizer?
Okay, we have to pick those as our starters.
Dual
right?
Reshirams? You know what? I think you're right, but the problem is we had so much up and down luck when it came to Dragon Rage. I'm almost scared.
Okay, yes, but that might mean we have Dragon Rage. Because
I had Dragon Rage last time, and we still lost.
You know what? True.
But I think you're right. We are going to go with Reshiram. Does that sound fair?
I think so.
All right, cool.
I've never used a Ambipom, and I think I might have used a Noctowl once, but I can definitely say, like, out of the three options, it was the one that was probably most useful. I didn't want to give it to my rival, I'll say that much.
For sure. That's a good call. So you're going with a certain naming theme, and I'm just going with the same naming theme that I had, like, the first two iterations last episode. I'm going with, like, a Spider-Man kind of theme. Reshiram doesn't have a gender, but I'm going to assume it's a girl, and we're going to go with Gwen.
Well, I am going to go with... My nickname for this Reshiram is going to be 1234. So my naming theme is, it's all going to be references to, like, games, movies, music, shows, but, you know, stuff that has numbers in the name. So in this case, the count 1, 2, 3, 4 is a reference to the Plain White Tees song, which you might... Also, my nature is mild, and you have the same moveset that I do, don't you?
Let's take a look. I would assume so. So we got a Dragon Fire type Reshiram, level 5. Fire Fang and Dragon Rage.
Alright, let's burn this place to the ground.
Let's do it, man.
You know what? This is actually way better. No, wait, it's still randomized. I was going to say, like, oh, you can get a Reshiram and a Zekrom. And you could, because randomizer, but...
You definitely could, man, because last episode, Route 1 had Giratina for me. It had Kyurem. Like, it's nuts.
This was wild, and I did run into Zekrom last time.
Yeah, there you go, man. So, yeah, it seems like legendaries are going to be a thing. We also had the opportunity last episode to get a pair of Genesect. Just was not the case.
We were terrified of the potential ramifications of Metal Claw boosting attack and Screech lowering defense.
100%.
So,
he's got the Tangrowth. He's got the bulky boy.
He's also got the weak to fire boy, though.
This is true.
Mine's got the Hoot Hoot.
Oh, well.
Probably the better of the two in the long term. The one problem I always have with Noctowl is the game last time I tried using a Noctowl was in the Pokemon Coliseum playthrough that I was doing for the Nuzlocke relay I've started on Facebook.
Yep.
And I was excited to try to use Noctowl, but in Gen 3, due to the lack of a physical special split, its moveset was just not working.
Yeah, this is true. God, man, I get 2 levels on that.
I didn't even get 1, but also Dragon Rage.
It is a hoot, though, right?
Also,
surprisingly,
what did you say your nature was?
I did not say, actually. I was keeping that a secret.
You're keeping up the suspense.
Absolutely, I have no idea.
So
surprisingly, the Tangrowth actually ate up one of the Fire Fangs. I was kind of surprised.
Wow, I would not have expected that.
No.
Guess that thing is as bulky as you give it credit for.
That's what I was saying, dude. Alright, we're going to get the Pokeballs here in a couple seconds.
Same.
And at that point, guys, the Nuzlocke will officially begin. We never really discussed this offline, man, but, like, what kind of recording schedule would you like to do? Like, record, like, every other night and then...
I think every other night or... Every other night will probably work. There's a bit of a problem with, like, this week because I picked up a couple extra shifts at work.
Well, I mean, that's not a problem, man. You can always just quit your job. It's easy.
Might as well. Like,
you might as well, man. Like, just let them know you're doing a Soul Link. They'll completely understand.
I'm already, like, putting up my first video on YouTube. I'm just going to be instantly famous.
Well, that's the way it works. Look at me, man. I'm literally playing a game in what was once intended to be a bathroom.
Miracles can happen.
Miracles can happen, and they do happen. What am I doing here? Alright, what am I? I'm a Rash Nature Pokemans.
Okay, so Rash, I believe the colors will tell you this as well. Increases special attack, lowers special defense.
It's actually up attack, down speed. I'm just joking, man. You're right.
Dang, I would have been so embarrassed if I was wrong there.
You're like, what the hell? I was so confident.
So that is pretty dang good for a Reshiram because they're special attackers, I believe.
Yeah, I would think so too.
Zekrom runs more physical from what I recall, and a way to actually, like, kind of gauge this, in my opinion, is... So, you know how in Black and White, N gets the box legendary that's opposite yours. So in Black he'll get Zekrom, and in White he'll get Reshiram.
Yep.
Yeah. So N he hates battling, but because he's a boss trainer in Pokemon game, he's good at it, and he does build his legendary around their stats. So like his Reshiram will have Dragon Pulse, and his Zekrom will have Dragon Claw.
Oh wow!
But the thing with the fight with N, it's built to be like really tense, and one of the cool things about it is it's supposed to be this like grandiose clash. I think it's honestly my favorite boss battle in a Pokemon game because of all the character work and all of the stuff that builds into it. But he, do you know the quirks of Fusion Bolt and Fusion Flare, which I think we'll get eventually. I just don't know what level.
Nope.
So Fusion Bolt and Fusion Flare are kind of similar to the Elemental Pledge attacks, where if you get hit by Fusion Bolt and you use Fusion Flare at the same turn, it does more damage, and vice versa. So it leads to this really cool fight where, like, you try to predict when you could go for your super effective attack, like Dragon Breath, or you could try to predict when he will use his signature move to try to counter it and do more damage.
That's smart. It's like trying to time a counter.
Yeah, there's this hilarious story I always like telling it because it's entertaining. There's a friend of mine who, after I met him when we started hanging out more often, we would use my Nintendo 64 semi-regularly, and we did a battle in Pokemon Stadium 2, where we just fought each other with rental Pokemon.
Absolutely. And
we decided to goof off by both renting Wobbuffets and just getting into an endless stalemate. And this
Sounds hilarious.
was Stadium 2, so it was before abilities were a thing.
Yep.
So eventually I was like, alright, I'm just going to switch out to Feraligatr. And it was still that terrifying case of like, okay, when's he going to counter? What's he going to do? And at one point, he's just like, hey, so what move are you going to use here? I think I'm kind of sick of using Wobbuffet. And I was like, oh, I'm going to use Surf. And he's like, oh, okay. And he expected me to lie, so he used counter. He thought I was going to use Bite, which was, I think it was registered as physical at the time. Maybe not. No, he expected me to use Slash. And he was like, wait, you actually used Surf? I thought you were lying.
You're like, I don't lie to my friends.
Never. I am a true shonen protagonist. So, I am right at the grass, ready to get my first encounter.
As am I. And by the way, while you're telling the story about N, in the battle with N,
yes,
it made me remember that he has the laziest name in all of Pokemon.
Absolutely.
I'm like, N? I'm like, come on, dude.
You know what? He was adopted by an abusive father, and the first thing he decided to do was his adopted dad gave him a bad name.
I mean, barely a name.
Okay, so good news, bad news, I just realized with our starter choices.
What's that?
Good news, I don't think many trainers are going to be a problem. Bad news, I think killing wild Pokemon might be a problem.
And trying to catch them, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Because I just ran into my first. What's yours?
I haven't ran into it yet. I was waiting.
Oh, sorry.
I've got a good one, though. It's not something that, it's not game-breaking, but I'm happy with what I'm looking at. What do you got?
I got a Swadloon. And I am in the exact same boat where I'm satisfied with Swadloon if I can get it.
I've got a Dustox, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God, that just reminded me of... I believe I told you... in the first episode, I was talking about how I've been writing Nuzlocke stories, and that was inspired by the people who write Nuzlocke comics, from the first person who wrote the original to just all the ones after. Yep. And there is a Nuzlocke comic I will stand by being the best Nuzlocke comic, even if it's most likely canceled. And it's called GCH, which stands for Goddamn Critical Hits. And it is a Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke. I caught Swadloon.
I'm working on it, man. I really can't hit this thing, so...
Yeah, I was terrified of hitting it. I just chucked as many Pokeballs as I could.
I'll tell you, the first Pokeball I threw, it had 3 shakes. Ever since then...
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Do you have any, weird rituals when you throw Pokeballs?
If I'm using a physical cartridge, or just, not an emulator, what I try to do is I try to tap the buttons in accordance to when I hope it shakes. So, tap, right, left, right, down. That was always the one that I used since I was a kid.
I've always gone with what I call the patent-pended down B technique.
And what is that?
It's literally down and B.
Just spam down B.
Down B, but it's patent pending, right? So,
I won't sue you for it, or I won't try to do any intellectual theft.
Exactly.
So
I've done mock-ups to it. I submitted it to the people that approve that.
Based on the fact that we were talking about Goosebumps earlier, I'll tie in a slightly related reference. Submit that patent for the approval of the Midnight Society.
I call this story. Shh.
I call the story, please stay at the Pokeball.
Yeah, I'm working on it. That's a Canadian show, by the way.
Yes, it is. I absolutely forgot that, but you are correct.
Oh, I know I'm correct. As a Canadian boy, I watched that a lot growing up. And I'll tell you what, to this day, one of the creepiest openings to a show ever.
The Are You Afraid of the Dark opening? I gotta watch it again.
Oh, God, man. Like the creepy swing set, and it cuts to, the weird clown up in the attic. I'm like, what the fuck?
I gotta rewatch that to remember, because I do remember being creeped out by it, but
it's you hear the laughter and stuff in the background. I gotta heal for 1 second here.
I
at
just got
13
the
hit points.
I just got the luckiest like wild encounter that wasn't first. I just ran into an Audino. My emulator's running a little slow, but it's not unbearable. Worried about
Kind of rhymed. An Audino running slow. Do a rap for me. I hope you're not training up your new Pokemon, because I haven't caught this thing yet.
Yeah, I'm not training that one up yet. I'm going with Reshiram so far.
I've got 6 Pokeballs left. But
Ooh.
it's being a stickler.
I wish we could like say, oh, it's fully evolved. It's got to have more than 40 health, but it probably doesn't.
I know. I was thinking, is it 40 or 45?
What, Dustox?
Yeah. Or like, is it Dragon Rage? Is
Dragon
it
Rage
45
cuts 40 HP. That's a clean 40.
It's a third stage, but it's a weak third stage, right?
Yeah. I believe Dustox ties with a few others, like Beautifly, Butterfree, and Beedrill, for having like the lowest base stat total of a Pokemon that evolves twice.
I got him, man.
You got him?
I got him. I have
Oh,
like 3
thank
Pokeballs
goodness.
left, but
Alright, so I will tell you what my Swadloon's reference is, and I want to see if you get it. Or I'll tell you what its name is, and I want to see if you get it.
I'll take a couple stabs at it. I'll tell you what. Don't tell me. Let the people comment down below and see if they can get it.
Okay. So
But continue.
do you want me to say what the name is at least?
Yeah, you can tell me what the Pokemon name is.
The Pokemon name is 1985. So if you in the comments are aware of what that is a reference to, good for you. I'm very proud of you individually.
And mine is Prowler, because he's purple. It looks like he's got a green cape. You're the Prowler.
I was actually just watching, wow, okay, that's kind of spooky. I was going to train up Swadloon, and the first thing I ran into was a Figaro. I'm going to switch that thing out right now.
Yes, sir. So I'm going to get Prowler in the lead and do the same thing.
I was just watching Into the Spider-Verse at work the other day. My manager had it on.
Excellent. Dude, there was a Chikorita in here. Come on.
Aw, Chikorita's great. I know. I obviously
Prowler should be able to take it out, though.
I obviously tend to give it the shaft in terms of compared to the other two, because I do like them more. But Chikorita's great.
Yeah, I think Chikorita is probably my favorite in terms of like cuteness.
Yeah.
But like I every single time I start a new gen, I always go with the fire starter. It's just tradition at this point.
I usually go with water, although in some of the more recent gens, 6, 7, and 8 in particular, I've actually really liked the grass. Like I love Rowlet, I love Chespin, and out of the Galar trio, I tend to like Grookey most. He's a grass playing monkey. He's a Rastafarian.
I just picked up the poison gem. What does that do? Just boost poison moves, probably.
So so gems are a bit of an interesting beast in Gen 5. They're single-use health items that, when you use an attack of that type, it will boost its power, but then it like disappears. So it's a consumable. There's a reason that they only exist in Gen 5, and it's actually pretty straightforward, but also like unfortunate. Because the way it works is people would, in competitive battles in Gen 5, I'm pretty sure this is still a strategy. Do you know the move Acrobatics?
Yep.
Yeah, so since Acrobatics does way higher damage if you don't have an item, people would just give a flying gem to their Acrobatics held like Unpheasant, so that it would use up the gem and still get the massive power boost, but also a boost on top.
Yeah. That's big brain plays.
It was a big brain competitive play. I remember being impressed when I first saw it. It was almost as broken as Gale Wings was back in the day.
I think I did a similar like acrobatics thing with my who is it? Halucha, because I was doing like a trying to do like a speed run of, I think it's Sun and Moon.
Yeah, that probably sounds about right. God, I love Hawlucha. That's one of the Pokemon I don't think I'll ever get tired of using, and I tend to prefer Pokemon that have evolutions to ones that don't. But
Yeah.
Hawlucha is definitely among the exceptions. And
He's awesome.
And to tie back into the Tangrowth that you met earlier, I have used a single Tangela in at least like one Nuzlocke before, because you remember how you encounter Shadow One in XD at the Cipher Key layer?
Yeah.
I used it there. I was inspired to by another person who did a YouTube Nuzlocke of XD. Channel name is Almighty Mandals.
Sweet.
And apologies for this being a little bit inappropriate, but they named their Tangela 70s because the 70s were somewhat notorious for pornographic features involving a lot of hair in certain regions.
Oh, I'm not sure what you're talking about, man. Break it down for me.
Apparently,
I'm just joking.
I did fall for that one. I keep running into.
I need graphic details, sir.
You know, let me just pull one up and check it out. No.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'll tell you what. Like, you haven't clarified. You don't have any videos on your channel yet. I'm not sure if you're a PG channel or not, but this is not a PG channel, so go for it.
I'm still a wild card, but
exactly. You could be anything on your channel.
I got whatever choice I want. I just ran this strike. These wild Audinos I keep running into are a godsend. Like my Swabloon, I think is already level 8.
God damn, dude! What level's your Reshiram?
7.
God, you're doing better than me. I just went on to go battle some of those trainers like.
Oh, on the next route.
Yeah, I mean he's only got one Pokemon level 4. It's a Skiploom, so I'm not gonna get much for it, but I figured the trainer experience might be a little bit better. But I'll backtrack a little bit. If you're gonna just chill around Route 19, I'll do the same for a little bit.
I will head on forward. I was gonna go for getting my Reshiram to 8, but at this point, not only is it kind of close, but also it's a Dragon Rage holding legendary.
Touche. I like the way you think.
Like, grinding is always useful in case you run into something and you kind of panic, but Dragon Rage, no.
Dragon Rage, exactly. It's crazy how every iteration so far we've had some kind of form of Dragon Rage.
Some sort of Dragon Rage
impacting us.
Yeah, that's true. First time was Giratina Kyurem one-shotting you. Then he
wiped us.
Then it was both Fracture as your starter and Zekrom one-shotting me. And now it's both of our starters. Good thing we didn't turn off game-breaking moves.
I know, man. Well, I mean, it would have worked out for us because we wouldn't run into it as well. But
so, I could be wrong about this, and if I am, forgive me, but do you know the gimmick with Audino?
The rustling grass?
So, yes, as in, like, it's a rustling grass, I think, exclusive Pokemon usually, but there is a secondary gimmick with it, if you're not aware.
Sure.
It gives you an absurd amount of experience points when you kill it.
I knew that. That's how I knew about the rustling grass, because I think in Black and White, whichever one I was playing, I just kept hunting them because it was giving me all kinds of experience, right?
Yeah.
So you're running into them very regularly, eh?
Blissey,
yeah.
Which is pretty cool. When I first started playing Gen 5, I hated Audino because there are a lot of like really unique Pokemon that you can normally find in Rustling Grass, but it's always Audino, and Audino's a not very good statistically mono-normal type.
Yep.
So I was all like, dang, I keep running into this worthless thing when I want to find like a Panpour. But nowadays it's like... in Lostlorn Forest, no, in Pinwheel Forest, that is the only way to get one if you didn't choose Pansage as your starter. That's the only way to get a Panpour, is in the rustling grass of like one of two forests.
Gotcha.
So that's the case with all the elemental monkeys. other than the giveaway one. Alright, so I'm in my first, like, proper trainer battle, and this fool just decided to send out a Cacnea.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah. What's he thinking?
Oh, wait, but it's raining. My only weakness.
You'll be fine, I think. So I'm actually kind of low on Pokeballs, so we might not be too fortunate in this next encounter. I just ran to the Pokemon Center. I sold off my was it Poison Gem?
Poison Gem.
Just so I can get a couple extra bucks. I have like 4 Pokeballs now.
Well, did you just, that's including the ones you purchased, or that you have left?
Yeah, because I initially had 15, and trying to catch Prowler knocked me all the way down to 3.
Yikes.
Yeah, so you never know. You could run into something here kind of easy, or that Pokeball that I see on the screen there, that might be another actual Pokeball.
Could get a Dusk Ball or a Master Ball or something.
Or a Relic Gold. I'm not even sure what that is.
Relic Gold, it is a special item that you can only sell it to like one person, and I think they live in Undella Town. But they will buy
it for a high price.
Yeah, that's what. Whenever it says a maniac will buy it for a high price, there's a specific person who will buy them, and only that person. But they'll buy it for a lot.
So, like, if I go to the shop, they're not going to give me anything for it?
They won't even like purchase it. It's like trying to sell them a Master Ball.
I'm going to call your bluff. I'm going to go check it out.
I actually might be bluffing. I think they changed
I figured
that.
they might be like, well, we'll give you 500, but that guy gives you like 30,000 or something, right?
It might be like that. I think it's...
No, I can't buy that.
I was right?
You were correct. Here I was doubting you, man.
I like not looking like a dum-dum.
Yeah, especially we're recording, man, right? The world's going to see it.
The world will know that I wasn't exactly sure how it worked. Also, my Swadloon's nature is quirky, so we got another neutral. And its starting moveset is really good. It's got Tackle, String Shot, Bug Bite, and Razor Leaf.
Well, my moveset is equally as impressive. He has Confusion. That's it.
I mean, Confusion's confusion. It works.
Shield Dust, so blocks added effects of attacks taken. And it's a mild nature, which means...
That is plus special attack minus defense. Pretty good.
The special attack's good, but the defense thing, like, he's kind of already fragile, so
yeah,
that's fantastic.
That's what I was talking to you about last episode with the benefit of neutral natures is you don't have to worry about that one stat you might need.
Yep.
So in your case, like, you'll have to worry a little bit more about any kind of physical attack. But I do want to tell you a Dustox-related story, because I forgot to get to this earlier. So I mentioned that, in my opinion, the best Nuzlocke comic ever is a comic called Goddamn Critical Hits, GCH.
Yep.
It's unfinished. It is a playthrough of... It's a comic based on a Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke. And I honestly think it's been canceled, but either way, it's got incredible art and writing. And the guy in that uses a Dustox named Dusty, who is hilarious and iconic in 1,000 ways. And I cannot suggest that series enough. It's actually really good. So are you getting your Route 20?
I love how you're into that, man. Like Nuzlocke stories and stuff. I love that.
They're really cool. Like it's one of the cool things you find on Facebook as well. It's one of the reasons I got into that Facebook group is people telling stories of their Nuzlocke just leads to this really interesting stuff going on. So, did you get your Route 20 encounter?
Yes.
What'd you get?
I can't catch this thing, dude.
I don't even know if I should worry about fighting this one.
I'm almost thinking it's raining right now, and I'm fighting a Tornadus.
I ran into a Deoxys.
What is going on here? All right.
I know, right?
Are you going to make an attempt at it? What are we going to do here?
I think it's just like a run situation.
Okay, well, I'm going to switch out to Gwen, because I don't think Prowler can outrun this thing.
I'm a little scared of this thing. But
can you take it out? Because I think it'd be a good experience, right?
It would, and I am super effective against it. I'm just worried it's going to blindside me with something powerful, but I'm going to risk it.
All Alright, let's do it. He hit me with Gust. That's so switching out Prowler was obviously an obvious move.
Okay, he hit me with Leader.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna hit it. It's a Tornadus. It's gotta have some decent hit points. Maybe not, because my Gwen has 35. So I'm just gonna throw a Pokeball, see what happens.
I got 131 HP off of that. Sorry, EXP, not HP.
Oh, so you just knocked it out?
Yes, I one-shotted it with Bug Bite, actually.
Hey, when did I learn in prison?
Maybe you leveled up and it just came with territory.
Maybe. Did your Gwen get in prison?
Mine did not yet. It is level 8.
Mine's level 8 as well.
Wait, did I get in prison? Maybe I missed it.
It didn't. There was no prompt saying that I learned it. That's what was kind of weird.
Yeah, mine did too.
Very interesting. Okay, congrats on your in prison.
Maybe fast as text and just went by and we flew through it.
There's no way I would have seen it.
You're right.
And if I didn't see it, you would have at least seen it on your end.
True. I mean,
all right.
Imprison's not a great move anyway, but would have been nice to know.
For sure. I just picked up the rock incense from the rock, which is kind of fitting.
That is pretty cool. I got a black belt.
I remember the last one then where I had the Dragon Fang. I had, what else did I have? Black glasses.
Yeah, I was going to say the black glasses.
And the muscle band or something, right?
Yeah, the muscle band was the third one, I think.
I was like, damn, and that one was working out pretty well.
So I will let you know right now, if you have not done all of the trainers on this route,
yeah,
I would suggest doing a little bit of grinding because the rival fight is coming up and he is level 8.
Okay.
Which you could one-shot, probably, but also, a little risky.
For sure. Will he just have one Pokemon still?
I just have the... Yeah, I think he only has one Pokemon.
Alright, so Tangrowth, I should be able to take it out with probably either Pokemon, I would imagine, but... do you want to get the ranch encounter first?
Yeah, I
guess so. Or do you want to level up a little bit?
I just ran into another Deoxys, and 1985 did just get to level 10. So I'll get the ranch encounter, if nothing else, for posterity's sake. Also, little note you might notice on the different routes here. Like, as you're going towards the ranch, you'll notice that item that you can't get to, I think.
Yep, down low.
Yes, so depending on the season, will change the layout of certain locations.
Well, that's just silly.
Okay. I just got terrified that my game just crashed. Just froze up for a sec.
Dude, there's an Espeon in here and everything. Come on.
But like if this was fall, there would be a bunch of leaves piled in to that hole, and you can walk through. Same thing if it was winter.
It is fall though. It just doesn't know it.
The game hasn't registered. It's the way the seasons work in Black and White 2 is they change monthly instead of like in accordance with actual in-game like real world seasons. So February will be spring, then March is summer, and then April is fall.
Gotcha. Here's one good thing coming up. The fact that it's a Dustox, by the time it's like past say level 10 or 11, it should start learning some moves.
Yes, right now it's probably stuck in pseudo purgatory. I just ran into my
it's got
Flossessy
confusion,
Ranch.
so it's what's that?
I just ran into my Flossessy Ranch. I'm sorry if I'm ahead of you.
You are ahead of me. I'm just killing Beedrill over here.
Ah.
For no experience. Coming up.
I'd be a little bit scared of my Flossessy Ranch encounter, which I will tell you when you get yours.
Tell me.
Alright, I'll just tell you. It's a skip room. And normally I'd be a little bit spooked because flying hits Swadloon pretty hard.
Yeah.
But I am 98% sure this thing does not have a flying type move yet.
I don't think I'm going to be able to catch this, but I will certainly give it my all. It is a Milotic.
I doubt it, but I will...
I'd also be a little afraid to... Actually, it's level 7. Level 7 Milotic. Can it take a Dragon Rage? Probably not,
Maybe.
Because it's bulky, right? But I don't think it's got the hit points. I know it can take a Fire Fang.
More in in defenses than it is like HP. So I'd say give Firefang a shot just to see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm going to keep actually Prowler in and just go for some confusions for now.
Sure. I
just want to kind of read its moves, because if it's got something like water related, Reshiram might not be the guy.
Yeah. Well, you'll have the dragon resistance, so water's just going to be neutral.
Touche.
I mean, then again, it's going to be neutral on Prowler, but I'd say at that point, base it on whose special defense is going to tank more. Because I think
right now I'm seeing Wrap.
I mean, that's definitely at least not a problem.
No.
I'd be worried about like Water Pulse.
Yeah, so far he's got Water Sport and Wrap, so I think I'm okay.
I think you might be as well. I'm gonna wait to try and catch this thing until yours goes through.
Yeah, I mean you may as well, because like, if you catch yours, you're just gonna waste your Pokeballs, because I've only got 4.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm just gonna try to get him down to the red. That's my game plan.
Fun fact: the first time I actually ever used a Milotic was in it was some kind of Pokemon Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire Nuzlocke.
Okay.
Because usually I just have too much trouble getting the conditions right to get one. But I did use a Milotic there, and it was amazing. Like, those things are
down in the red. Oh, I love Milotic, man. To me, it's like the girl form of Gyarados. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and honestly, I think I like Milotic more.
Oh, same here.
Having all that bulk and the type that doesn't doom me against electricity, win.
Yeah.
The thing Gyarados does have, though, that I'll give it credit for, is at least it can learn Earthquake.
Yeah, and
which
guess what?
To counter electric. What?
I got myself Milotic.
You caught that Milotic.
I caught it, dude. 1 Pokeball.
Nice. I'm going to try for Skiploom now, then.
Nice. It's a tender Pokemon. It's a girl. Okay.
Alright, so I got 3 shakes on... Oh, wow, no synthesis. So out of the 3 party members you've got right now, what's your thoughts on who... Are you keeping all of them as, like, permanent team members so far?
I mean, it depends on, again, what you're comfortable with on your side, because, again, these guys are linked up.
Well, right now I am comfortable with all 3. I'm not going to put much effort into Skiploom because I already have Grass, but it's a solid status. Jumpluff's not a bad status user, and I've got 2 that I'm going to put enough effort into that I don't mind if the 3rd is slight dead weight.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's a docile nature.
Neutral!
Good
for you.
It had Water Gun, it just never used it.
Wow. Lucky you.
Yeah. So that's good. Okay, cool. I'd like to heal this thing up before I proceed further.
You'll probably have to head all the way back to town. There is a person in the ranch who will like heal you up as soon as you talk to them, but they don't show up until after the rival fight.
Yeah. You know what I've been finding a lot lately when I'm playing like Pokemon Shield? I'd be like, okay, I don't know what's around the corner, so I'd use all my potions and heal up, and then they'd be like...
Someone would be there ready to heal you.
I'm like, what the hell, man? Like, I just wasted like 2 super potions, and what are you doing?
Alright, I did just catch Skiploom.
Nice, man, nice. So again, like, Skiploom's not like an ideal Pokemon to have on the team, but my Lotic's not bad, so it depends on if you're going to keep him, kind of thing.
Yeah. And in this case, I am willing to keep Skiploom on the team to help you out with my Lotec.
You're a team player.
Let's see what... Alright. I got an idea for my next reference.
Excellent. By the way, man, we're about 40 minutes in. I already feel like we're doing significantly better than we have
I would
any other
absolutely
run.
agree. I mean, we have actual catches at this point.
Absolutely. We haven't missed one yet.
So,
or have we?
So I just named that Skiploom 3 Dog. And that is that is a reference to a character in Fallout 3, a game I've not played, but I've seen plenty of. And
Gotcha.
3 Dog is an important quest character in terms of the like main storyline of Fallout 3. But his name is like spelled out, but I just used a number to replace it.
Can I make a suggestion?
Go for it.
If you run into like a Houndour or a Houndoom or something like that,
Yep.
You gotta go with Red 13.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Would that work?
Yes, it would. I was also thinking at some point I'm probably going to have to do something like 50 Cent.
That works.
I'm still curious how long this theme is going to last me. Also, for the audience, my player character in this case, his name is One, which is a reference to the webcomic/manga author whose handle is One, and they wrote One Punch Man and Mob Psycho 100.
Look at you. Crazy references, dude.
Both of those are excellent webcomics with absolutely awful original art, but the baseline for the art that they would eventually get in their adaptations, because weird history here, but for anyone even slightly curious, I'll go for it. The webcomic of One Punch Man was very crudely drawn, but it was very well written, and people liked the premise, so it got pretty popular.
Yep.
And eventually, I believe Shonen Jump, the manga publication responsible for pretty much any manga that you know of, person watching this or listening, they went...
Including me.
Yep. They published, Naruto and Dragon Ball Z and Bleach and stuff like that. The stuff you've heard of was most likely Shonen Jump. So they went to One, the author of One Punch Man, and said, we would like to do print releases of your series, and we're going to, redraw it, as it were. And they got a really famous manga artist, I think their name is Yusuke Murata, I believe is his name, who did a re-edition with all this gorgeous new artwork, and that was eventually adapted into the anime, which we introduced it.
Excellent.
And then another series One did was Mob Psycho 100, but that did not get adapted into a manga and then an anime. So the anime staff was just working with his really crude artwork, but it also meant that the animation could be a lot more fluid. Because this was pointed out by people much smarter than me, part of the problem with when you're animating a very complicated character design, part of the problem is it takes a lot of cells to actually get that in motion. Whereas if you've got it simpler or more crude and character design, you can squash and stretch them a lot more easily without having problems.
You're very knowledgeable.
Thank you. I spend way too much of my time watching video essays.
And this segment of History of Anime was brought to you by Cruelty 64.
Also,
it's going to be our ongoing segment now.
Just do the more you know, except with weird anime trivia.
Yeah.
So I am doing back to the game for a sec. I am doing some grinding in the ranch before I take on the rival. What are your levels looking like?
I don't think they're as high as yours. You had good Audino head start.
Yeah, Audino definitely gave me a head start.
Oh man, I could have had a samurai. Come on, dude.
Oh, that would have been awesome. Listen,
Tell you what, I don't think I would have been able to catch it as easily though.
my Lytic's great, but Samurai's just so freaking good.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just trying to train a Prowler. Because again, I kind of want to see what kind of status moves he's going to get to help out.
I believe pretty early he's going to get some of the different spores.
Gotcha.
You know what's kind of an amusing bummer for me? Out of all of the moves that have spore in the name or are spore related, sleep powder, stun spore, poison powder, the best one is just called spore.
Touche.
Listen, I love sleep powder and poison powder and stun spore, they're useful, but spore having 100 accuracy?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Makes
I'll tell you which one
obnoxious.
I hate the most. What's the spore that you hate the most?
I'm gonna go with... If we're talking in general, I'm gonna say probably stun spore, because I feel like I have bad paralysis luck.
as do I. The one I hate, it actually isn't even a move. It's an ability. Effect Spore fucks me up like
every single time.
It's ridiculous.
If it has Effect Spore and I hit it with one physical move, it's going to do it to me, and usually as it's dying.
Yes, exactly.
Look at it, you Shroomish.
Yeah.
Also, I just mentioned hating Stun Spore, and I got paralyzed by a Thunder Wave.
Well, I mean, that's karma.
It's what I got. But if we're talking, like, in Gen 1 specifically, anything that causes you to go to sleep in Gen 1 is my nightmare.
I hate sleeping, I hate being paralyzed, and I hate being poisoned, man.
They are all awful, but do you know why getting put to sleep in Gen 1 is the absolute worst?
Because you gotta waste a turn to wake up.
Yes!
It's ridiculous.
It is absolutely idiotic, and it is... I mentioned this to you a while back about how a lot of the changes in Pokemon are most noticeable in retrospect.
Oh god, yeah.
Like, one of the big reasons I believe a lot of people love, like, Gen 2 as their favorite generation is partly nostalgia, but also because it made a lot of necessary and critical improvements from Gen 1.
Yep.
One of those that I will never forgive is the way that Wrap, Fire Spin, and Whirlpool were handled in Gen 1, where you couldn't attack.
I was actually playing my yellow lock, and I ran into a Dratini. First thing I said is like, dude, don't go for
do not do the Thunder Wave Wrap combo.
It instantly went for Thunder Wave Wrap, and I was like, come the fuck. You can't do anything. You just have to try to switch, but you're trapped in the Wrap. It's like, god damn, dude.
You know what? Given the fact there are basically no good Dragon type attacks in Gen 1, Dragonair might honestly be better than Dragonite because of the Thunder Wave Wrap combo.
You're not wrong.
So so 1, 2, 3, 4 is, wait for it. Dang it, almost level 10.
And 1, 2, 3, 4 is
Reshiram.
Okay, cool. the numbers are going to make it difficult for me to remember.
Yeah, I should just say the name of the Pokemon from here on to be smarter.
And that's okay, I'll learn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reshi.
Great song to put to any kind of romantic-related montage. Whether that's of actual real life or of some kind of, like, TV show.
And you said Plain White Tees?
Yes.
I'm only aware of one song from Plain White Tees.
And what song is that, right now?
You can guess it, my guy. You can guess it.
Hey There, Delilah?
You got it!
Nice.
It's a great song.
It is a great song. I tend to find people who I wouldn't expect to like that song who do. Like, one of my old coworkers was a big fan of that song, and I would put on a Pandora station at work in hopes that it would play at least once, and it usually did when I was with them.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Although, when I was a kid, when I was listening to that song, I always thought the chorus was saying the lines. For some reason, I thought it was referring to a guy named Owls. What did you do to me? When it's just more straightforward, oh, it's what you do to me.
Yeah. Yeah, who is this Owls?
Who's this weird Owls guy? Is he like a third wheel in this relationship in the song?
Yeah, who's Owls and what did he do to him?
The answer was probably like steal his car because he was talking about walking 1,000 miles.
Yeah, exactly.
Also,
yeah, I'm a sucker for like kind of sappy songs. I like them.
I do too. I like going through a list of like sappy songs every so often and just, you know, getting in the zone with it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they get me in a zone. They kind of get me in like a, I don't know. I like the trying to hit the notes with them, but.
Do you play music? Or are you good with any kind of instruments?
Nah. I try. I mean, not instruments, but I try to sing, but like not with a group or anything like that.
Yeah, I am definitely the same in the sense that like I love singing. I just know that I'm not like great at it, but I definitely enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure. Same. I mean, if anything, I actually enjoy rap more than probably anything.
Huh.
And I remember in grade 12, like the year-end assembly when I'm graduating, I got up in front of the entire school and I rapped a rap that I created.
Really?
Which was very nerve-wracking.
Well, I am very proud of you.
Well, I thank you very much. Well, what it was, I went to the tryouts for the talent show, and I was sitting there with the teacher that had to make the decision on who's going up. And I remember she's like, there was some kids up there doing like a drum off, and she's like, "Well, this definitely isn't gonna make it." And she's like, I still have one spot left. I don't know who's gonna take it." And I looked over at her and I said, "This was like a Friday." I said, "I'll have a rap ready for you by Monday." And she said,
Wow.
"You're in."
Very
like,
impressive.
I don't normally have that type of confidence, so I was just like, so I went home and I was like, I gotta write a rap? God damn.
So I will try to respond to that with some of my singing related achievements, as it were.
I'll do it.
The first one that comes to mind is in 4th grade. I actually did 2 things at the talent show for my elementary school.
Okay.
One of them was a somewhat choreographed lightsaber fight with a friend of mine. And it was entertaining, but the best part of it that I will always remember is we planned out a little bit where as we both grabbed each other by the shoulder and did our bows, we pointed our lightsabers at each other's necks as we bowed and pretended to cut our heads off and then just fell to the ground.
That's awesome.
I remember that getting a laugh. But the other thing I did was I sang "If Today Was Your Last Day" by Nickelback.
I'm not familiar with it. You should start singing it right now.
I can sing very loose bits of it because I know it's a song I don't know very well, but if today was your last day and tomorrow was too late, would you say goodbye to yesterday?
Attaboy.
Would you live?
Round of applause in the chat, guys. Come on. If you haven't liked the video now, he's giving you every reason to do it. Come on.
Alright, if it gets more likes, I'll do more singing. But
exactly, right?
But I did take a couple theater classes in middle and high school, and then the big thing that I want to mention I've always been really proud of is, actually, if we're keeping on the singing train, I did write my own parody songs and perform them in certain classes to certain teachers.
Nice.
I wrote a version for my Latin 1 class in my senior year. Oh, are you ready to fight the rival, by the way?
I'm just about ready. I was just kind of waiting on you. I know we're getting close to the hour. I think that's probably where we should cap this episode. If you want to do that?
Yeah, let's fight the rival and then cap the episode.
Cool, let's do that.
But, so let's... Oh yeah, I gotta remember what he has. He's got a hoot here. Should be more careful. So, in my Latin 1 class, the last project that we were doing, I decided to do a parody of Only the Good Die Young by Billy Joel, but it's a song that Hades wrote about Persephone called Only the Gods Stay Young, because I spent that entire class role-playing as Hades for a semester, and it was hilarious.
It's awesome.
And then the big thing is I was actually one of the speakers at my graduation.
Were you? You're one of those smarty pants.
Well, I wish it was because of my, GPA or anything. It was not. It was, there were 2 different people who were, able to give speeches. One of them was basically the valedictorian, where they went up to the person with the highest GPA and said, if you audition to speak, then we will guarantee you the spot. And then the other person was, based on how well they spoke and the quality of the speech they wrote. And after I listened to the song How Far We've Come by Matchbox 20, I was inspired to write a speech. And then I crafted it out, and I ended up doing pretty well with it, apparently, because I was one of the speakers by the end.
That's excellent, man.
It was really cool. I'd probably consider it one of, if not my, shining moments of my life.
So when I go and I creep your Facebook profile and I see you standing at a podium, is that the moment?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Well found on that regard.
Yeah. I'm just whenever I'm chatting with somebody, I'm like, who am I talking to, right?
Right now, my Facebook profile is a little more, I guess, obtuse. But, So I just finished off the rival fight. I just hit him with a Dragon Rage.
Yeah, he just took out 2 of my Pokemon.
Wait, what?
No, I'm just joking.
Okay. I got scared for a sec. So
that was a joke, man. Again, just Dragon Rage kind of did it for us.
Dragon Rage one-shots, baby. Alright, so let's put a wrap and put a nice little bow on that one, and then...
Absolutely. So what happens, where are we heading next after this episode?
So, did you finish off all the dialogue with after the rival fight?
Well, I'm just tapping through it.
So,
fill me in.
The next thing we have to do, we did give up the town map, the spare town map. We're going to search around the ranch for the owner's other herdier, and then after that is we go back to Alder for some training, and then Gym 1 will open up after that.
Excellent, man. I'm kind of content with my team right now. So I've got Gwen the Reshiram, I've got Prowler, the Dustox, and I've got May, by the way. I never told you what the name was. And that's my Milotic.
Alright, you want to tell me the levels on those?
Sure. Gwen is level 10, Prowler's level 10, and May is level 8.
Alright, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, the Reshiram is level 10. I got 1985, the Swadloon, who is level 11. And I've got 3 Dogs, the Skiploon, who is level 5.
Excellent. So kind of balanced there.
Generally,
all right.
yeah.
So we're going to wrap this one up here, guys. Again, this one's going to appear on both channels, so go check out Cruelty64 if you guys haven't already. Make sure you subscribe to him, and let's get him to... Let's let a little goal. Let's get him to 25 subs just to kick things off. Yeah, subscribe here as well, Binge-Worthy Gaming. And the next one, because we actually succeeded in this episode, it's actually going to be exclusively over on Cruelty64. So again, if you guys want to follow the series, you got to go over there and check him out. So that's it for me, buddy. Anything from you?
I think we are all set. Hope to see all of you on episode 2. And in episode 2 where we won't be, restarting again.
Don't speak too soon.
I just jinxed and Smoochum did because I ran into Smoochum earlier.
Awesome. Well, again, we'll see you guys over at episode 2, Cruelty64. Till next time.
Till next
Peace
time.
out.